Good Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We made it to the first day of December. Hope your day is going well. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up today. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today in the Entertainment Spotlight, you're being part of my conversation with the one and only Kirra B. As you all know, we released the new music issue of Conversations magazine featuring 100 artists and songs that made 2020. Kirra B is front and center on the cover. In this show today, you'll be hearing part of my conversation with her from Conversations Live, the radio show. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Tuesday headlines. In national news, 1,485 new COVID-19 cases in Mississippi, one additional death reported. The Mississippi State Department of Health reported 1,485 new COVID-19 cases and one additional coronavirus-related death on Monday. There have now been 153,270 COVID-19 cases in the Magnolia State and 3,807 coronavirus-related deaths since the first COVID-19 case was confirmed in Mississippi on March the 11th. Mississippi set a new record of 1,008 COVID-19 patients hospitalized, according to State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs. And this is before an anticipated Thanksgiving acceleration, many thanks to hospitals and maintaining adequate ICU care, Dobbs said in a tweet. This is truly serious. Protect yourselves and your family now, and we all know how. Mississippi State Department of Health officials said the state has returned to the serious shortage of hospital care that was seen over the summer. Mississippians are urged to avoid crowds, keep gathering small, socially distance, and wear a mask. In a related story, Americans face new COVID-19 restrictions after Thanksgiving. Americans returning home from Thanksgiving break face strict new coronavirus measures around the country Monday as health officials brace for a disastrous worsening of the nationwide surge because of holiday gatherings over the long weekend. Los Angeles County imposed a stay-at-home order for its 10 million residents, and Santa Clara County, in the heart of Silicon Valley, banned high school, college, and professional sports and decreed a quarantine for those who have traveled more than 150 miles outside the county. Health experts had pleaded with Americans to stay home over Thanksgiving and not gather with anyone who didn't live with them. Nevertheless, almost 1.2 million people passed through U.S. airports on Sunday, the most since the pandemic gripped the country in March, and others took to the highways to be with family and friends. Now they're being urged to watch for any signs of illness and get tested right away if they experience symptoms. Health officials are urging people to remain vigilant until a vaccine becomes widely available, which is not expected to happen for at least a few months. The virus is now blamed for over 267,000 deaths and more than 13.4 million confirmed infections in the United States. The country, on average, is seeing more than 160,000 new cases per day and over 1,400 deaths a day. In more national news, Arizona certifies Biden's win over Trump. Arizona officials have certified Joe Biden's narrow victory over President Trump in the state on Monday. Democratic Secretary of State Katie Hobbs and Republican Governor Doug Ducey stood up for the integrity of the election, even as lawyers for Trump were across town Monday arguing without evidence to 9 Republican lawmakers that the election was marred by fraud. Ducey says, "We do elections well here in Arizona. The system is strong." In more national news, Supreme Court seems skeptical of Trump's census plan. The Supreme Court sounded skeptical on Monday that President Donald Trump could categorically exclude people living in the country illegally from the population count used to allot seats among the states in the House of Representatives. But it also appeared possible that the justices could avoid a final ruling on the issue until they know how broadly the Trump administration acts in its final days in office and whether the division of House seats is affected. In business news, Biden to nominate Yellen, highlight diversity on economy team. President-elect Joe Biden on Monday announced his senior economic team, including his plans to nominate the first woman to head the Treasury Department, as well as several liberal economists and policy specialists who established their credentials during the previous 2 Democratic administrations. In a statement, Biden said he would nominate Janet Yellen, the former Federal Reserve Chair, to lead the Treasury Department, and former Clinton and Obama advisor Neera Tanden to serve as Director of the Office of Management and Budget. And finally, in entertainment news, Dictionary.com picks pandemic as its 2020 word of the year. On December 31st, China reported a cluster of pneumonia cases of unknown origin to the World Health Organization. By January 31st, the World Health Organization declared an outbreak of a novel coronavirus a global health emergency. Come March the 11th, the world was facing down the COVID-19 pandemic, all of which led Dictionary.com on Monday to declare pandemic its 2020 word of the year. Searches on the site for the word spiked more than 13,000% on March the 11th. Another dictionary, Merriam-Webster, also selected pandemic as its word of the year earlier on Monday. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Focus on quality to make all your life experiences more meaningful. It is not the quantity of time that matters. It is the quality of the experience during every life moment. One fulfilling experience can eclipse many empty moments. Every minute is an opportunity to love yourself and others. Take quality time to develop self-confidence, self-respect, and exhibit courage. When you focus on quality foods, a modest portion will nourish and satisfy you. Also, a few hours of deep sleep can leave you feeling more refreshed than an entire night of interrupted sleep. Today, focus on quality rather than quantity to make all your life experiences meaningful. And remember, enjoy the day.
As I mentioned, our Entertainment Spotlight today features Kirra B right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. This week, Conversations released its new music issue featuring 100 artists and songs that made 2020. On the cover is recording artist Kirra B. In her first interview on Conversations Live, the radio show, we talked about her success and her new single. Here's part of that conversation. What has it been like for you, Kirra, to see the response to the single?
It's been amazing. It really has been amazing. The response that I'm getting to the record, the love that I'm getting to the record, everybody's downloading it. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. So, as an artist, as the writer of the record, it feels good. It's a great feeling to get the response that I want to get,
Right. Well, for those who are just now discovering you, Kirra, take us back a little bit. When did you first realize that music is something you wanted to do?
Probably when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I would be in the house singing around with brooms and holding brushes, just singing any little thing that I can sing around. And fast forward to me being about maybe 11 or 12 years old, my G-Ma, I call her G-Ma, my grandmother, she took a notice in the fact that I can sing. And from that point on, it was talent shows, it was performance rights, theaters, I was doing tap, I would be doing ballet, I would be playing the piano. So I would say I've been at this thing for a long time, and just to be to this point right now where I'm at now, it's just amazing. It's been a long road, but it's work. Anything that you want to do and anything that you're passionate about, you just have to work at it. And I've been working at it, and now I have a single out.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and our Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.